Hello everyone. So today I thought I'll probably share some of the apps that are actually free for 10 users, and I think you should definitely give them a try. So I know a lot of people are using the free version of Jira like me. I of course have less than 10 users, but if you are maybe a small team, maybe you are evaluating Jira, or if for any reason you have this option to, or if you're thinking what apps you can potentially use for free, great apps, then this video would definitely help you because I will give you my recommendations. Now, if in case you don't know, there are a lot of apps that are now free for up to 10 users. So to find out those apps, all you need to do, go to the marketplace, and then if you click on free up to 10 users, you can actually see those apps. So I would basically start with if you look at the listing here, it is anyways going to give you recommendations. Now the first one is the Jira Mist Workflow Extension, this and JSU. JSU, I have been using JSU from, I guess, day one, and I used to talk about this app quite a lot. In fact, I've mentioned this in my book as well. When I used to do a lot of trainings, I used to say that yes, install this app to get more workflows and conditions. I have also used Jira Mist workflow extensions, but because I will be giving you recommendations based on my experience. So JSU is definitely one of my favorite because it can actually help you do a lot of workflow enhancements very easily. Draw.io is also a good app that you can install in Confluence to draw diagrams. I don't really draw a lot of diagrams in Confluence, by the way. Personally, I prefer using PlantUML, and I believe Draw.io supports it. PlantUML is basically a code-based approach. So you write your code and it will generate the diagram for you. So that is like the best thing that you can do, to be honest. And in case you let us take a look. So Draw.io PlantUML. So PlantUML, I believe, I think it is probably supported. I never really used it. Maybe in future. So I'm not really sure. Okay. So I think we need to figure out. But I can definitely recommend this app because I know a lot of people prefer just creating diagrams straight away in Confluence because you should be able to use Confluence for doing a lot of these things. So the idea is not to use multiple tools like MS Word, PowerPoint, Excel, SharePoint, and now also Confluence. If you have Confluence and if you're using Jira, then try to do as much as you can within Jira and Confluence. Now, Zephyr Scale is something that I have been using for quite a while. This is something that I will definitely recommend. And let me show you something interesting. So if you go to the versions, and if you go to the let us take a look at the server, and if you look at the server versions, or basically the data center version, I'm basically trying to show you that this app is of course now managed by SmartBear, but this app was initially created by Adaptavist, and the app was test management for Jira. I do have videos on this, few videos, and you can take a look at those videos, and you can then of course, I'm sure they have a lot of features that they have added. If you look at their release notes, I'm sure you will find somewhere about this information. Marketplace is a bit slow today, but come on, it's really slow. So this app is something that you can definitely, that you can definitely look at. So now we have Zephyr and Zephyr Scale. Zephyr Scale is basically what we had as TM4J, test management for Jira, which is now of course Zephyr Scale. My personal recommendation and my preference is to use Zephyr Scale because it can do a lot of things. Zephyr in itself is a straightforward, simple app to use. It works really well. But if you're looking for a bit more flexibility to manage your test cases, then Zephyr Scale would be my recommendation. And I actually wanted to show you some of these release notes. Let us take a look at maybe a bit old release notes. When so you can see here in the release notes it says TM4J and so on. So this was basically TM4J. And let us close this and let us go back to the list. So Script-Node4j is definitely one app that I highly recommend. I never really used. Let us take a look at Big Gantt chart for Jira. So let me come to that. So Easy Agile, Story Map, and in fact all the apps from Easy Agile, they're wonderful in case you're trying to manage your stories, epics, and different levels nicely. Maybe you want to visualize your dependencies. So there are like a couple of apps that you can install together and it will work really well. So this is especially useful when you're trying to use Jira for implementing safe methodologies. And you're talking about Big Gantt. I never really used it for actual project, but this looks interesting to me, to be honest. I mean, there are like a lot of installs and I believe it can do what usually people want to do with the Gantt charts. They want to create a visual roadmap, visualize these dependencies, and I think this is definitely a useful view. So maybe I will recommend, or maybe I will create a video and do an app review of this, and I will share my thoughts. I think I did talk about this a couple of times in the past, but I never really used it like in actual implementation of my project. What else? So let me share a couple of more. Planning Poker, I used it a couple of times. I know one of my client was using it, and I believe it used to come with a mobile app. So maybe take a look at it. I guess it is the same app. Let me just open it and take a look at it very quickly. What else do we have here? So Big Picture, yes, it is definitely great app for creating visual roadmap, and I believe they have now added a few features. So if you look at Big Picture, Advanced Roadmap, Structure, so there are definitely some overlaps. So it depends on what exactly you're trying to do. My recommendation is always to use Advanced Roadmaps if you have Jira Premium. If you don't have Jira Premium, then you can either use a Big Picture to create a roadmap, or you can use Structure. Or at the same time, if you have EasyBI, then you can also use EasyBI, by the way. And Elements Connect, I have used this app quite a lot in the past. I would recommend this. In case you don't know, I used to work for Valentis. And Valentis is now, so there are now two companies. Valentis is, I believe, for services, and Elements is basically their product division. And we used to do a lot of things with this particular app called Enfeed. It used to be called Enfeed, I believe. So let me take a look at so Planning Poker, I believe they had a mobile app. I'm not really sure if it's the same app. Yeah, I think they do have a mobile app for doing, I mean, in case you don't know Planning Poker, do a Google search and you will come to know. It is I believe, a good way to do your estimation. And let me take a look at a few more, if I can recommend you by looking at the list. Extensions for Jira Service Management, I used to use a lot. I used this app quite a lot in the past because I used to work on a lot of GSD implementations, and using this app you can actually enhance your portal, and you can actually bring a lot of features in Jira Service Management, at least on server version. I haven't really used it on Jira Cloud. It says Cloud Fortified, so maybe I will take a look at it, and it is now free. So there are so many things that I can do, and the main thing is that we don't really have a lot of time. I mean, I don't really have a lot of time. So Easy Agile Roadmap is again the app that I was talking about. Easy Agile Roadmap and Easy Agile Story Map. Do take a look at these apps. Elements Copy and Sync. Yeah, this is also this is also good because you can basically sync two issues. For example, if you have Jira Service Management, where you have incident, and incident is probably linked to problem is linked to change management, And when you resolve your change ticket, you may want to reflect those changes back to your original trigger issue. You can also do some of these things using quite a lot of these things using automation. But yes, this is one app that I used to work on quite a lot in the past. Again, when I used to work for Valiantis. Also, you can do the same thing using Scrivener for Jira. When you have Scrivener for Jira, it will give you more control, but of course you need to write code for it. What else do we have here? Let me just take a look. I think I'm missing few apps here that I know are free for 10 users. Let me find LaTeX Math. Maybe I will take a look at it. I never really used it. I use LaTeX, by the way, because I use Emacs, and I use LaTeX for generating my documents, especially my client proposals, and also for writing books. So I never really used it in Confluence, to be honest. What else do we have here? I think that is it. I think I've looked at a lot of these apps, but I'm of course looking at the list in the order that is being presented to me. But if I encounter any other app that is free for 10 users and I think I can recommend it, I will definitely talk about it. So that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.